Hello and welcome everybody. We have the patch notes for NAU on November 6th. Let's get right into it. First off, we have Bamboo Legion Calamities 8 to 10 being released. The AP requirements are being pushed up a little bit, so overall Calamity 8 starting up at 360, Calamity 9 with a requirement of 370, and Calamity 10 now with a requirement of 380, which is a bit higher. On Calamity 8 difficulty, 8 and above, the orbs no longer apply, it is your gear. The weekly boss blitz rewards for each difficulty are also a bit different from the Sangun, Gumio, and Peking. So overall, we have the standard of a standard pack for the guaranteed loot and the chance-based. What is unique though, in the chance-based, we also have the Faint Origin of Dark Hunger being added. This is also in the case for C9. And in the case of C10, you actually have one guaranteed Faint Origin of Dark Hunger for rank 1, and otherwise you have more as a chance. Then we got manufacturing finally being lowered in processing time. It used to take 21 seconds to manufacture something, now it will take 11. This is a massive reduction that is definitely very nice. They've also updated the system so that when you manually dismiss your attendant for smoother gameplay, a 5-second cooldown is now applied before you can resummon it. During the cooldown, logging in, entering residence, or summoning your attendant will not summon them. They also added a quick hotkey option to summon the attendant. The total likes in each group chat will be reset during the next maintenance. The temporary titles have been awarded, and also, well, in general, just the titles have been added again for the people with the most likes. Item-wise, they removed the following pet feeds that previously boosted pet level growth. They've removed Balanced Feed, Brady's Nutritious Feed, Silk Honeygrass Supplement, and the Brady's Supplement Powder. These items have been removed effectively today, and their corresponding value in silver has been sent to the Central Market Warehouse. They also updated the contents of certain boxes that would grant non-10 increment Advice of Valks. They now provide Advice of Valks in multiples of 10 in line with the general changes that they made. These changes were applied during September 11th update, and with the additional measures now taken for certain items that were previously not updated, so these just got missed. So in the case of the custom enhancement box of 35, it will turn into a 40. In the case of the Black Spirit support bundle, which used to be 10, 15, 20, 25, it is now 10, 20, 20, 30. There was also some more event items being updated, but overall it just means upgrades or same Advice of Valks as before. They also improved the Cronstone's item description, so they added the details about preventing enhancement level drops or destruction upon enhancement failure, and they also include an explanation stating that during Corsair Awakening, Cronstones must be moved from the enhancement inventory to the normal inventory. However, I highly do not advise to actually use this since the Cronstone price increase up to 3 mil. It is hardly worthwhile to really, invest it on the horses, since the horse materials are fairly cheap, at least on EU. For the Edania boss subjugation, we have some changes. So for Jordine, they changed the weekly boss. They reduced the time it takes for Jordine to test the Edana and reveal himself by 30%. On 75%, successfully resolving the mechanic now applies a DP reduction debuff on Jordine, and Jordine can now use that mechanic at most once. Blackwing's HP has been reduced by 15%. Blackwing as well, after using the flying pattern, it now expends all power and remains stunned for an extended duration, and they reduced Jordine's HP by 30% when fighting alongside Blackwings. They also changed the weekly boss of Enslar in Orbiter Castle. I will get to participate this week with that. So Enslar's HP has been reduced by 15%. They reduced the required destruction of the Fallen Darkness after the Sacred Flame ignites from 3 to 2. They reduced the number of times Enslar summons Enslar's shadows, but increased the number of shadows summoned. They've also improved so that when Enslar is hit by knockdown, floating, or bound effects during certain attacks, Enslar falls to the ground. And they've increased that knockdown duration for Enslar by 2 seconds. They've also changed so that after summoning all shadows in the pattern triggered under 50%, Enslar descends to the ground. In general, for all boss changes, they've changed the effects and visual recovery orbs that spawn during the fight. The recovery orbs now restore HP, recover resources, and also recharge Black Spirit Rage. So they've changed from the green that we've come to get used to in boss shrines to a sort of red effect with a circling orb. They've also applied the following for faster weekly quest completion after finishing the boss fight. For the throne, your character now automatically moves to the front of each throne after the fight to speed up the weekly completion. Then we have some Dark Rift changes, which also cause the rifts to respawn. So they changed the 4 Dark Rift bosses, Red Nose, Dastard Beg, Muskin, and Dintry Spirit, and also technically the Ahib Griffin. So they changed the locations to be standardized, so Red Nose will always appear at Altar Imps, Dastard Beg just northeast of him, Ferret is still in good old Lava Cave, Muskin is now over near Baragi Den, near that bottom area every time, Dintry Spirit is always at Kurotos, and finally the Ahib Griffin has been moved to Fernil's Cabin, so it is no longer all the way down near Old Wisdom Tree. These will also have respawn for you with today's update. Then we have Sycraia Underwater Ruins. They changed the name of the Sycraia Underwater Ruins Upper Paint to Sycraia Underwater Ruins Paint. They also changed Sycraia Underwater Ruins Abyssal to drop the Sycraia Underwater Ruins Paint as well. They've also added the Rich Merchant Ring piece to the obtainable item list for the Abyssal Monster Zone, and the drop rate and availability remains unchanged, only the item list displayed in the Monster Zone has been fixed. Or has been updated. So overall, the drop rate of the Rich Merchant Ring piece in lower or Abyssal Sycraia is still extremely low. However, you can also grind it for the paints to then use the paints to grind for Sycraia. Overall, the profit of Sycraia Underwater Ruins Abyssal is not that much higher than the regular one, but it does make it a viable option. They also reduced the vibration effect of falling rocks during Sangoon Calamities 8 to 10 in the Black Shrine. For Node and Conquest Wars, this week's maintenance has brought adjustments to node tiers, participant limit, and schedules across the Calphion, Medaya, and Kamasilvia regions. So here we have for Calphion, the tier for occupation and construction has been changed for a few of them. So we have 4 to 3, 5 to 3, 3 to 4, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. Just check the node that you're interested in or you're participating just to see what is necessary. The participants and day change has also been changed for construction, so it went from 45 on a Monday to 55 on a Sunday, 80 on Sunday to 50 on Tuesday, and so on and so forth. If you want to pause, if you're a Calphion Node War enthusiast, pause now and check. We're now going to slowly move to Medaya. We have the same thing, tier changes going up and down, participants per day change as well, pretty much being lowered and increased depending on the node. And the same thing for Kamasilvia here, if you need to pause and take a screenshot. Mount has also been changed, mount changes. It's been changed so that when using mount skills with your weapon drawn, your weapon is automatically put away. In the case of UI, they've improved the readability of sailor levels in the sailor list. They added a page turn sound to Nader's Band in the enhancement UI. They added a section to the Arena of Solar Victory pose selection window that shows your currently selected pose. And they applied a boss-specific image to the notification shown upon your first boss subjugation in Black Shrine Hongwei Party. Reforged Stone's UI has some small changes. They applied the following changes. They added a visual effect when selecting the weapon slot in the Reforged Stone UI, added weapon icons to the empty weapon slots in the Reforged UI, changed the bottom of the weapon slots in the UI to show only the count of active effects, added confirmation text to the registration message to verify the target weapon when registering a Reforged Stone. They've also improved the UI so preset names update instantly when edited, added the phrase Reforged Stones on equipped weapons at the top of the Reforged Stone list in the UI, and they fixed the labels of all owned and active at the top right of the UI, and added a button to open the Reforged Stones UI from the inventory, which is shown here. System changes for NA. They changed the Arena of Solaire ranked match schedule as previously announced. Go to the NA Arena of Solaire issue compensation and updated schedule changes if you're interested in that. And finally, we have the general modifications and changes. So they fixed an issue where character names of a friend logged into privacy mode could be viewed in certain methods in the friends list. Fixed some issues where certain gatherables at specific locations in longleaf tree forests could not be gathered properly. They fixed the issue where rocks were placed in the Rumbling Land were floating. Fixed some unnatural subtitles in the Zephyros quest. Fixed issues after obtaining knowledge entries for Crimson Flame, Clearwater, or Dawnlight Shrines. You could not converse with the related NPCs. Also fixed some issues in Ulukita where the Where Are the Uluans and the Shen's Merchants Guild Guide to Distribution knowledge entries could not be acquired. They also corrected awkward wording in the knowledge entries for Meju Ghost and Scorched Tree. Fixed an issue with dying When dying was unavailable and attempting to die, my attendant caused 2 attendants to appear on the screen. Fixed some issues with my attendant accessories. Head, ears, eyes, nose, mouth, chin were worn on the wrong slots. Also, they fixed some issues where collisions were applied during certain my attendant social actions, causing interference with the character. They also fixed some issues where the my attendant could be summoned at awkward positions depending on the terrain. Disabled the retrieve loop function on the world map during Red Battlefield. Fixed duplicate chat notifications for items obtained by other adventurers. Fixed the issue where the names of other adventurers' mounts were visible in the Archer Anonymous server. Fixed some issues where Shanjo, the Timbera Island node NPC, could be attacked by monsters. They've improved the UI for bonus quests in Edania so the quest location displays correctly on the Monster Zone info. Fixed an awkward display of the icon on the top notification when crafting furniture from the manufacturer tab. This has been up for a while now. They fixed an issue where some UI text showed a hover highlight even when not truncated. And they fixed a lot of truncations in this update, so we have truncation fixes on the win-lose text during tug-of-war and the horse taming, truncation in the combat skill key guide during tutorial after character creation, same thing for warning messages during Node War Conquest status UI on the world map, special barter text. They also fixed issues where point of interest text appeared truncated when near NPCs. Fixed an issue where the icon of Millennial Wild Ginseng was not centered. We have gamepad mode fixes. Also generally visual and text effects, so fixed an issue where the view character's inventory crystal effects view details displayed the current artifact set effects. Fixed issues where the Y button did not work in Patricio's secret shop. Fixed truncation on the bottom key guide for search equipment inventory pop-up. Also for silver display when selecting from the house filter list on the world map. The key guide for the quest details and certain text in the crop info window. They also improved navigation in monster zones info, so they wrapped from the last to the first and vice versa. They added a missing key guide for resetting preset names. Fixed the issue where control key explanation was displayed incorrectly during a Therion Stone Fragment quest cutscene. Fixed an issue when closing the notification for a high enhancement chance, also closed the enhancement UI on gamepad. They also fixed an issue where UI snapping behaved awkwardly when reopening the select victory pose UI. Then some more truncation fixes on key guides for installation lists for fences and for Abyss 1 gear. Then they fixed an issue with select social actions where the text of the attendant and together buttons exceeded the button area. Fixed an issue with Arena of Solaire where team members' distribution was incorrect. They also fixed an issue with service selection screen where Odalie to server's description did not disappear, causing to overlap with other server descriptions. Finally, they fixed more issues in Arena of Solaire where characters were not struck properly at certain locations in Olin's Valley. Fixed issues during cutscenes in the Therion quest line. They also fixed an issue where bargain failed / success messages were displayed abnormally for trading activities. More truncation fixes on the key guide for ally viewpoint. Fixed the issue where the participation button for War Hero was truncated when not participating. Fixed truncation of the My Team selection in Red Battlefield. Of the space prompt during fishing. The milking process when reaching 100. Of some text in the cleanse gear window. Of the start announcement after countdown for the Old Moon Grand Prix, searching messages if no Dark Rift bosses were detected, and finally, they fixed an issue with Node War mode change time continued to use the daylight savings time after daylight savings time has ended. With that, we're going straight into the events. We have the month of Shakatu, Shakatu's Lost Gold Coins. This will run from November 6th to December 3rd. Collect effectively gold coins of unknown design via PvE, gathering, or fishing. With these, you'll also get a few as the daily login challenges, and as you collect these, you will exchange them via Shakatu for rewards. So here we have Thankful Premium boxes, Choose Your Landscape boxes, Noble Stature chests, Shakatu's Dazzling boxes, a 250 stack, and Shakatu's Reward boxes. Overall, a lot of nice little goodies, lots of stacks, some paints, and some RNG boxes. Let's hope we get some nice crons. And otherwise, we always have a infinite exchange for extra reward boxes or cronstones, so if you want to gamble or not. Thankful Premium Outfit boxes are obviously available, Noble Stature chest, landscape paints as we've come to know them. The Dazzling boxes do have some hefty cronstones in there, but only if you get lucky, pretty much up to 100,000 cronstones. Whoever gets that is a one lucky person. I really wish them all the best. Also, a Dawnlight Diamond, which is effectively just a sale item for 10 billion silver. Also, some resplendent gold boxes. So, overall, do check out these rewards, grab what you can, and if you can, maybe gamble. Otherwise, go for those guaranteed crowns. It's definitely worth it. Really big event. Now is a good time to grind. With that, we're going finally already into the Pearl Shop update. We have some new packs, some RNG packs effectively for Shakatu. Shakatu, the rich merchant, is trying to cash in. 60% off. We have some RNG box sets with some outfits, as we've come to get used to. We also have the Super Premium Enhancement Pack again with some RNG boxes. Then we have One Time Per Family Super Premium Enhancement Pack 2, again with some RNG boxes included again. Choose Your Radiant Premium Pack, again, premium box with some outfits. This is not as RNG, so it's available in Belgium and Netherlands as well. Choose Your Shiny Premium Pack, same thing again. Choose Your Own Convenience Pack, which includes some Crystal Restore, item brands, Allianz Blessing, and inventory. 30% off. I mean, on the one hand, it's nice, but only if you really need this stuff. Then we do have the return of the Fairy Growth Pack, One Time Per Family, with 20 Thea's Orbs for 30% off. If you still need to round out your fairy, this does feel like a really good deal overall. Then we have your Choose Your Resplendent Journey box, effectively a gamble box. Then we have the Choose Your Resplendent Storage box and Choose Your Custom box, costume box. Finally, there's also the GM's Pick Black Desert Logbook 1. Effectively, this is a outfit box set for Musa, Meiwa, Wusa, and Dosa, and a Merv palette for 30 days being added on top. You can take a look at the outfits. This is effectively a long-running event, it seems, for the GM notes. You can check out the GM notes. I will be adding it in the description if you want to check it out. It's going to be right below the Pearl Shop link. And with that, I wish you the absolute best of luck at BDO, and hopefully see you around.